Shalom Vracha. I wanted to give over another metaphorical story that I had originally heard in the Indian context. It's my belief that these mashalim, or these allegorical stories, have a worth that is interesting regardless of the culture that they appear in. And this story is called The Three Wise Men and the Fool. There were three wise men and a fool. They were all very good friends, and they set off into the forest together, talking, enjoying each other's company. Whilst walking, they came across some bones, and this was very interesting to them. And the first wise man said, "It happens to be that I have studied bones, I've studied the natural world, and I will be able very easily to determine what kind of animal this is and to reconstruct the skeleton." And he went straight for it. And in a matter of time, he had a lion skeleton. He was very interested in that. They knew approximately how old the lion was, how it had died, based on studying the bones and things like that. The second wise person, or Hacham, said, "I've been studying arts and I know a lot about anatomy, and I can rebuild a lifelike model from these bones." And he got straight to work. He conveniently always carried his tools for this kind of work around with him, and he built a muscular system. He built organs. He built, eventually he built like a lifelike looking skin, and they had a very realistic looking lion statue. And the third Chacham said, "It's been my privilege to study with some of the mystical giants of the world in different traditions, and I happen to know certain mystical, magical secrets, and I can breathe life into this statue and it will become a real lion again." And the fool said, "Stop, don't do that, because if you do that, it's going to become a lion and it's going to eat us and we're going to die." And they said, "Well, who invited you? You don't have a degree, you don't have any understanding. You should leave this to the professionals like us. We know what we're doing. You're just a fool." And with that, he went up the nearest tree, and the third wise person cast his spell or did his charm or whatever it was, and he brought the lion back to life. And of course, the lion ate all three of the wise men. The obvious nimshal, or the explanation to this allegorical story, is that, of course, in life it's very interesting. We all have interests, we all have studies, we all have things that we take seriously. But without common sense, it's all folly. That is the simple truth, is that regardless of what we are doing, we have to approach everything with a degree of common sense and rationalism that has been gifted to us. And it's part of life that we learn through our experiences, and we gain knowledge as we go through things and as we get older. We have people who we can borrow their wisdom and their life experience from in the form of parents, in the form of teachers, in the form of friends. And that is really the critical thing to understand, is that, simply put, studies in a subject matter are not the same as real life experience and common sense. And we should be blessed to have both. We should be blessed to have fascinating studies that propel us to have success in all of the areas that we're interested in, and we should have the common sense and life experience and sound judgment to do things in a reasonable way.